Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now.
Hello, pretzels, and welcome back to the tripod. And welcome back, of course, Stixie Drip Drip, our wrestling encyclopedia returns. He's still not 100%, but he's here for you, all 13 of you who tune in. I think I'm overestimating, but you know what I mean. We're going to start talking about wrestling, this past week in wrestling. But first, we're going to get a little all elite talk. And I must admit, I didn't catch much. I mean, I did see Ricochet's debut on Dynamite. It was meh. But Sticks, we didn't get your thoughts on All In. If you have any All In thoughts or thoughts of this past week in AEW wrestling, go ahead and unload. The floor is yours, sir.
Well, I thought All In was actually one of their better pay-per-views. I think I watched you boys last week, and I think the three of us can agree that this is probably one of their better pay-per-views that they've had in their company history. Like you guys said last week, just the small thing was the match placements. I mean, they still gotta, after 5 years, you should have that all done by now. I wholeheartedly agree with you boys. Mercedes Moné and Britt Baker should have been second on the card, if not on the pre-show. Tony and Mariah, cinematic wrestling art. You wasted Jamie Hayter coming back on a pre-show. I mean, yes, I get the storyline with her and the Outcast, but that's still something you could have done as a run-in. You still could have done that on the show. I mean, God knows you got enough TV time, enough pay-per-view time to be able to do something like that. So you're telling me you're just going to do that? I mean, this woman was one of your biggest superstars before she got hurt, and in my opinion, is still one of your biggest female stars, and you're relegating her to the pre-show. Come on, Tony Skeets. I mean, APPW wouldn't even do that, which is why APPW whoops your ass every fucking weekend in wrestling. I'm just saying. I mean, that's just my wholehearted opinion. This week in wrestling for AEW, it was all right. I mean, now you got what, like maybe a 2-week build from one pay-per-view to another. So I mean, the abilities to do matches and to get geared into them gonna be pretty quick. Hangman is Swerve and Hangman. I think that's going to be the big thing. We're going to get the fourth match on this. Now it's going to be a steel cage. I'm down for it. I'm here for it. I want to see Swerve just lean into this heel thing, which I'm glad he kind of started talking about when he came out. So I want to see him do that. And I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck Jon Moxley's doing. I mean, you come out. I mean, he already talks in riddles and rhymes and all this stuff, but this is like Dr. Seuss on fucking acid on a 12-month bender of what the fuck are we doing, John?
I thought for sure he was gonna punch Tony. I was like, oh no, don't punch Tony.
Exactly. And meaning that this is his company's. I mean, what are we doing here? Outside of that, I mean, like you said, Ricochet had a full debut. I wasn't mad at it. I'm glad that Kyle Fletcher got the spot. We've talked about Kyle Fletcher. He is a superstar in training. He did have there were some botches in there, but I think a lot of it is it's a little bit of a hype of being with who you're with. Like, this guy's now a new signee. They're going to go out there, put him on it. They want someone that can match up with him. Kyle at the time isn't a guy that's a big name that could go out there and match up with him. But there was a few botches outside of that. I mean, it's ATW television, not really much to retain, and not really much that's going to make you leave a memorable moment.
Sorry, Sticks. Did you give Tony and Mariah your beer cheese?
Yes, I did.
Oh
I
wow.
thought that was the match of the night. Yeah, I thought it was. I agreed with you guys. I agreed with Cesar. There was two matches. That match and the Bryan Danielson match.
Mhm.
And I just thought cinematically, everything that was invested in this, the slow plant, the slow seed that was planted with these two, and just going all the way with that to this match. I mean, the match was great. I mean, this is probably one of, if not the best women's match that ATW's had. And it was in the right spot for it. I mean, this rivalry was that slow build, and it was I mean, the match movement, all that stuff, the things they did in the match was great. And so this was, if you're Tony Skeets, this is probably your best women's match, and this is the one you put on the and put up there, and you say, this is the bar we need from you ladies, like match wise and even storyline wise, because I mean they do give their women a decent amount of time for storylines to cook. So this is what you need for the end product.
But then Sasha and the doctor went out there and shit the bed. Cesar, this past week in All Elite Wrestling, any thoughts, sir?
I read somewhere that Daniel Bryan wanted to come out and wrestle in AEW, have some bangers, and he never wanted to win a title. So him ruining Swerve's reign is literally all Tony Khan. Tony Khan made him win the title because he says you cannot retire for everything you've done with this company, not be a champion.
And to Cesar's point, he won the title off a black man. He didn't win it against Whitey.
And off a
He didn't
nigga.
win it against Whitey. He won it off the black man.
Man, we was having great Negroid champions. You know, as soon as Moose fell, now Swerve fell, but I still got my man Cordarius Raheem Rhodes.
Well, don't forget Oba Femi as well.
That nigga faking. He don't count. That nigga faking. That nigga played at Alabama. What the fuck? He pulling Kofi Kingston. Nigga, you still faking this Black Panther shit? Nigga, it's the internet. Phones is smarter than niggas. And you sitting here from Bama talking about, ooh.
Well, they said it during the broadcast this week. They said it during No Mercy. They even said that he played at University of Alabama.
Yeah, I heard this nigga talk for real. I was like,
this man's got an SEC degree. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, nigga from the SEC. I was like, nigga, you faking. You faking Black Panther.
And that's not the Southeastern Cotton Field, folks. That's not it. That's not it.
It might as well be. It is Alabama.
Did you get
the only niggas they like down there is play sports and pick cotton. Sorry, Sangria, what were you saying?
Well, you saw Ricochet at All In, Cesar. Did he do better then, or did you like his debut on Dynamite?
His debut match was better than anything he did in that gauntlet match because it was a gauntlet match. But Sticks, I know you popped when that fuckboy Nigel McGuinness came out in them purple ass trunks. Yeah, in that gauntlet match. And then old Christian Cage brought his sweet ass out there. I know that shit. When he speared Nigel McGuinness, it was probably one of the biggest pops of the night.
Well, did you hear them ask Nigel? They're like, "Well, Tony wanted to get his opinion on Christian Cage going at him and basically like attacking him in the match." And he's like, "Well, you know, Christian was doing what Christian had to do, so I have no problem with it."
Yeah, he's ain't got no problem. He's trying to win a match. You're in a match to win a match.
And him saying he got a bigger pop than Bryan Danielson was great too. That was so great.
Yeah. This week's Dynamite was, I can't remember what happened. You'd have to run it down. I don't know.
I'm not going to.
All I know was Ricochet was in the main event.
Yeah.
So good for Kyle Fletcher. I mean, he seems like you know, if you want to have a good match, like not a bad match, but if you want to have a good match and you want your guy to get over, just put him against Kyle Fletcher. I mean,
is it disrespectful to say that Kyle Fletcher should be main eventing Rampage as opposed to their flagship?
No, yeah, he should be main eventing. If you're gonna do him like this, to where he's wrestling all the big names, he's putting on like at least 15, 20-minute matches. Not getting no dubs, but still putting on 15. He's better than Brian Cage. It's better than, these niggas fighting Brian Cage and beating his punk ass because he looks like shit. Kyle Fletcher is at least entertaining as fuck. All right, let's be honest, he watered down Osprey. So it ain't a beer cheese, but it ain't shit. It ain't shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if he was like, Collision or Ram Trash. If he's like the main event guy over there, and give him, y'all got all these belts on the big name niggas. Give him one of them belts. Kind of don't need no continental bullshit. Like, get that shit Kyle Fletcher or something, man. Or
By the way, Cesar,
get that nigga the ROH title again. I don't care.
By the way, Cesar, when Swerve was champion, they put him at the second match of the show. But Daniel Bryan's a champion. Now they're putting him in the main event. He gets the last 5 minutes of champion. Daniel Bryan's champion. He gets the main event segment. Swerve, he's
Swerve was out early, quick. I will say that promo between Swerve and Hangman was pretty good. Swerve's promo was really good. Hangman brought up the good points. It took Nana and that dumb nigga Brian Cage. And then Swerve was like, you gave up just so I wouldn't have the championship. He's like, you right, because I know I can win it. He's like, I gave it up just so you wouldn't have to. Just, delayed your victory, nigga. So, all good shit. I'm fine with their promo. Their match is going to be probably the only shit I'm looking forward to. I don't know who else is fighting on this bullshit. And then, Daniel Bryan came out for the last bit to talk. I ain't watch that shit. But I heard he fighting Jungle Boy now instead of Darby.
Yep.
Jungle Boy ain't about to be no double champ, so this is a waste of fucking time. Well, what happened to Darby? They stabbed that nigga or something? I don't know. Whatever.
Wasn't done using them in the hotel.
I know. I think they're gonna delay this shit. I think Daniel Bryan's gonna get a little bit of a run. Mm-hmm. And I'm sad to say, I think they about to give this title to fucking Darby. And nigga hating Sting gonna come out there and hug his ass. I think Darby Allin is gonna be the cracker that retires Bryan Danielson.
How are they gonna give a guy a championship that weighs more than him?
Nigga, I don't know. That shit almost weigh more than Bryan Danielson. With his little ass. Okay, I don't know. This is what they want. I think Bryan Danielson was probably like under some shit. He's like, look, I don't really want this fucking championship, but if I get this championship, I want to give it to a small, underappreciated workhorse guy. And look, let's be honest, don't nobody do more ignorant shit for that bullshit company than that crazy white man. And he had to be paired with a nigga hater his whole career and beat up on niggas. And he probably liked niggas. He probably, he knew 2024. He probably got nigga friends. He likes to hit women, not niggas. Allegedly.
Well, Brian, you might be right, Cesar. I'm a little nervous about that. Brian's probably like, look, Nikki's getting attacked. I gotta go help Nikki Bella. She's getting attacked by her husband. Darby, here, Darby, you take that.
John Cena look good right now with no kids, don't he, bitch? John Cena rich ass look good with no kids. Now you got a real fight, nigga. This ain't no WWE. You better put up them hands, bitch. You out home, chase, got your baby sucking on your fake titty. That's probably still got real milk in that shit, crying and shit. And this nigga coming in with the left, right, good night. So you got to fight this nigga one-handed while protecting the baby. Yeah, John Cena dick looking real good right now, ain't it, bitch? He all Shannon Sharp. He drinking yak. He said he got one more WWE run in him. Could have been traveling the world with John Cena.
Nikki, yeah, you're right. Nikki's breastfeeding her baby with her fake titties while she has a wine glass in the other hand.
And now she's throwing the wine, trying to stab the nigga with the glass because he's whooping that ass at night.
She might be watching a little bit too much AEW because she was telling Artem to watch for the shoe. She was throwing shoes at that moment.
Yeah, she throwing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You keep letting these niggas play Chris Brown, they're gonna beat your ass. That's all I'm saying. Trust me, I know he's from Virginia. I don't listen to it because I be wanting to slap a bitch or two, and I don't want to do that. I'm a nice guy. I don't want to do that.
It's them equal rights and lefts coming up.
Equal rights and lefts, bro.
Well, enough with the all elite garbage. Let's dive into Emergence. Happened this past Friday, TNA's pay-per-view. The kickoff show actually caught it in the nick of time. It was Frankie Kazarian versus Kushida. Two pros setting the table for the pay-per-view. Classic heel face match. In-ring veterans doing what they do best. Weird that this is on the pre-show. The pre-show should be PCO's home. Kaz kicks rope into Kushida's dick. Fade to black. W for the King. Cesar, did you catch this match?
Yeah, watch this shit. You think I ain't gonna watch the King and my favorite wrestling Asian? Kushida? Hell yeah. Like you said, man, two professionals. I think the match was about 10 minutes. They went out there and cooked. You know, nothing on the line. Just some hating from the go home show. And they just working out some problems, doing work, doing dirt. It was a great match. I loved it. Good match. Nothing too special, nothing too crazy. There were no steps. So the King had that fat ass nigga bend over and stepped on him to get in the ring.
Didn't he have crutches or something? So he had a cast on?
Yeah, he was like limping. He was like limping. He had to like gimp his ass over there to get on his knees.
To get on his knees for the King to step on his back to get, and then he wouldn't even. And then the match started. He ducking out the ring because that bitch ain't call him the King. The not Samantha Irvin bitch didn't want to call him the King. So yeah, Frankie's there and get this nigga the strap, man. He the go. I don't care about Dolph Ziggler. Get this nigga the strap, okay? This nigga go. Get this shit off PCO. Get this nigga Frank digital media, man. He'll do something with it.
Stick. I know you caught the pre-show to this. What did you think of Frankie versus Kushida?
I gave it a 7.
Oh wow, damn, 7 pretzels on a pre-show.
I thought this was great. It was a great match.
Damn. I didn't even rate it.
So when I was stealing it, it literally started with this. So I thought this was the show. And then they said, yeah, the first match is Ultimate X. I was like, oh damn. Well, I didn't know this was the pre-show. I just clicked like the first link. So that's why when I wrote it down, I gave it a 7. But still, I thought it was a great match.
Okay. Sticks.
This was a hell of an opener for a pre-show match. Like you fine gentlemen said, 2 pros. I mean, they went at it. They were doing great work in there. Kazarian being able to kick the rope to be able to help still get that heel influence in there to hit the fade to black to win. I mean, this is good for him. I mean, this is how you need to do the man who is the self-proclaimed and rightfully so king of TNA. I mean, this is what you got to do. And he's picking up dubs to keep him relevant in that heavyweight championship picture. And I gave it 6 in the lightly salted Hellman's mustard. I thought it was a great opener match for the pre-show. So
I mean, you can't go wrong with Frankie and Kushida. I mean,
no, and they did. And they did. And like you said, they gave it 10, 12 minutes to cook, rightfully so. And it's on the pre-show. I mean, if it were to be on the pre-show, you should give it as much time as it needs to cook. And they did, and it was rightfully timed. So it was a hell of a way to start the show.
And as Cesar alluded to, the first match of Emergence was the Ultimate X, but it wasn't for the giant novelty X. It was for the actual damn title, the X Division titles dangling up there. It was Laredo Kid versus Hammerstone versus Riley Osborne versus Zach Wentz versus Speedball versus Good Hand. Hold on, let me finish. Very difficult to watch match and take notes. It was insane action here. The multi-man power bomb off the apron to the outside on the Hammerstone. They targeted Hammerstone for good reason. He's the biggest fuck in there. He swatted everyone like flies. The ropes of the Ultimate X were put to the ultimate test as all 6 men dangled from them at once. This is the first of 2 pay-per-view matches for Wentz. The Good Hand, I stand corrected. The Good Hand, Jason Hotch, coming out party. Wow, this was his best match I've ever seen, because the last time I paid attention to this fuck, he was getting pinned by Jordan Grace. But yeah, he tosses Hammerstone, that little fucker. Zach Wentz and Speedball dangle from the ropes, chopping and kicking each other, which ends with Zach kicking Speedball down and becoming the new X Division champion. I'm gonna make sure me and Sticks do not have the same one this time. I gave this one 7 and the beer cheese. Sticks, what did you think of the first match of the actual show?
Well,
no,
this was a hell of a barn burner.
You're not gonna have this as your beer cheese.
Yeah, I am, because
What?
this was a
Oh,
great match. Seriously, this was a great match.
wow. I did it on
No,
purpose. I was
seriously.
like, this is the beer cheese. Sticks is going to have the main event as beer cheese. This is the beer cheese.
No, because I'll talk about my reasonings with some of the things I have with the main event. This was a great match. I've watched so many Ultimate X matches, and they very rarely disappoint. When you say you have when you have Ultimate X and then you bookmark it with Josh Alexander in an Iron Man match, you're like, oh shit. I mean, this is gonna be tough. I thought this match was way better. I thought, like you said, Jason Hodge. This was a coming up part. Man, this was his. I think they said like first like singles match that was on a pay-per-view
Ever.
card, and he didn't disappoint. All of these guys came out here and they didn't bobble. I mean, they went after Hammerstone. Hammerstone looked great. He looked like a legit X Division contender, and they went after him. He had his spots too. Speedball. Everybody had their spots, and there wasn't any bobbling. I mean, this was a fluid match. I mean, everything flowed. And then how they ended it with Zach and Speedball on there, starting the chop, and then Zach just started kicking him. And having Zach, I have talked about how I thought Zachary Wentz was a single superstar in the wings. I mean, Trey Miguel and Wesley when Wes was in TNA, understandably so. Zach went with Wes, bullshit accusations. He gets taken out from the job that everybody in wrestling wants, and he's got to be out of wrestling for a little bit. Lands back on his feet in TNA, builds himself back up, and then he qualifies for this match, and then goes out there and puts on a performance like this, and then becomes an X Division champion to be able to pair with his partner Trey Miguel, who is one of the best X Division champions in that company. This guy rightfully deserves it. This match was a banger to start off with, and in my opinion, was the best match on the card. I gave it 8 in the beer cheese because all the participants showed up. They all hit on the ballpark. Like we just talked about, Hotch, big opportunity in his career, didn't bobble it. Like he showed that this man, if you told me after this, next Thursday, this man has not a main event, but like co-main, like he's second to last card on there because of this match, I think he'd go out there and put on another great performance because now the ball's in his court, the momentum's behind him. He could do this. Everybody else, like when you have an opportunity like that with everybody on in this match, you've got to go out there and do it. Sometimes you crumble under pressure, sometimes you don't, and he didn't. Like this is a career-defining performance for somebody like that. Mm-hmm. And Zach is an X Division champion. Now that's a career-defining moment for him. You can still tag of Trey, but this man now literally has an X on him. Like he's going to be hunted. But the performance he had here, and then the performance I'm sure we're going to talk about on Sunday, solidified why this man is a guy you could put the X Division championship on and have no worries. But the match itself, fucking banger. Hell of a match. If you can watch any one match, if someone came up to you and said, you get one match free off this card to watch, I would highly recommend to all the pretzels, anybody that's watching, listening to this, go watch this match. Well worth it. 8 in the beer cheese.
What my favorite moment and what I'll always remember from this specific match at Emergence is everybody on the rope at the same time. I was like, oh my God, the butthole clenching moment of the night. I was like, please don't break. Cesar, we kicked the show off with an Ultimate X match. What did you think?
Yeah, man, this match was great. Everybody got something that made them get over in the match. Yeah, it was a double powerbomb suplex outside of the ring on Hammerstone. Fucking Riley cleared it, bro. I didn't think Riley was going to clear that. Boy, he got them young legs, you know what I'm saying? He ain't having Thea wear that ass out every night in the dorm rooms So that boy got good legs. See, he still got good legs. Not like that big fat fuck in AEW with all the Mickey Mouse tattoos and bullshit. He ain't got no knees. Nah, Riley got legs. That shit was dope. We're set up for a splash and then a fucking moonsault. They were killing it. Yeah, Hammerstone's big ass up on them ropes, swinging and shit, looking like King Kong with all these little crackers running around. Every time your boy a speedball hits that ultimate X, that shit looks cold no matter what. He hit off the middle or the top. I think he hit off the top of somebody. That shit was cold. I can't. Motherfucker might. No, he didn't hit off the ropes. Yeah, man. Like you just can't say anything bad about this match. From opening to down, you can't say anything bad about this match. Yeah, when I watched it, I was judging every other match, and I did had some gripes with the main event and one other match. So
Wow.
me too. You know, I wanted to give it to my boys, but it wasn't that good.
Damn.
So I gotta go 8 in the cheese.
Whoa, simpatico.
The Ultimate X
Damn.
was the match of the night. That's crazy because it was the first match, but hey, when you can't keep up with that first match.
I thought I was being different. I was like, there's no way.
Nah. I ain't gonna lie, I fell
okay.
asleep on the main event. So that's why I can't give it the big cheese.
Well,
I was
next,
drunk.
I mean,
I was
talk
drunk.
about tough to follow. It was up to Steve McLean and EY to follow that up. Great hard-hitting match again with two of TNA's greats. The first meeting between these guys, apparently. EY claims to be the heart of TNA. McLean claims to be the blood. At one point, these guys were forehead to forehead, and the Drama King said, when you're that close, you either got to fight or kiss. And they fought.
And they fought, yeah, because the crowd was yelling kiss.
McLean kicks out of EY's pile driver, then rolls up EY for a surprise victory and sportsmanship post-match. Decent match. I give it 5 pretzels with the salt. Cesar, what'd you think of this?
Yeah, man. Just once again, 2 pros. For them never to have fought, and they've been in TNA for so long. Seems a little weird, but seems great because you've been having other good storylines with them. And then, you know, EY left a couple of times to do whatever. I'm kind of with you. I think I gave it 5 in the salt. Let me check these notes. Nothing really stand out, but nothing really too bad.
Yeah.
You know, but it was a great time. Killer. I might have switched this with fucking Time Splitter and the Kang. If I was going to be honest with you, because that match I thought was like, it was way better. If I'm putting a match on pre-show. But yeah, I mean, you know, just something to keep them out of the way, to keep them still there, but out of the way while they're rebuilding storylines and whatnot and doing whatever they got to do. So yeah.
Okay. Sticks, what'd you think of old Steve McLean versus EY?
I thought this was a solid match. Like you talked about, like you gentlemen talked about, 2 solid pros. Not much going on for both of them storyline wise, so why not just go ahead and have them get on there first time going up against each other. I like Steve McLean. I think he's a good wrestler. I think he's one of those that can play either the heel or the face. I think he's a good driving force, someone that you can use as one of your foundational pieces for an organization, and he continues to show that. TNA Impact was the first place he went after his WWE release, and he hasn't disappointed with them. So having him to be able to go up against one of the OGs of TNA and to be able to get a surprise victory, I'm not mad at it. I agree with Cesar. I gave it 5 in the salt. Solid, great match to have follow after the Ultimate X match, and a great win for Steve on the card.
Yes, sir. Up next was Grace and Spitfire versus Militia and Ash by Elegance. Alicia was knocked out cold after Jody Threat's fat ass dropped her hard on the outside. Very scary looking.
Yeah.
He's okay. I'm burnt out on zero stakes multi-person tag matches. Thanks, AEW. KO always put on the knockouts division, always put on a decent match. Decent butt meat showing. The hardest hitting women's division, of course. Ash and Masha at a major 2-on-3 disadvantage. Threat F5's Ash for the win. I gave it 3 pretzels because, it wasn't really. The main focus was Alicia, and hopefully she's okay for me. Sticks. What'd you think of this?
I thought it was a solid chaos match. I mean, all at the time, 6 women, all in title contentions in each division. So you kind of get this, like WWE would probably throw it on like either the go home show or some of that, but it's not a bad one to have as a time killer, Jones, for your knockouts. Solid match, like you talked about. Major disadvantage for Ash and Masha. They still showed up and showed out, being down the advantage. Um, Outside of that, I gave it 4. I mean, these women went out there. They had to change up on the fly, and I thought they did a good enough job to be able to do it. I mean, when you have something like that happen, it takes a lot out. I mean, we won't know how much it took out of the match, like how much did it really affect it. But I mean, when you have a team that's down one knockout, you kind of got to change things up. And I thought the women did a good job of improvising. So, like I said, four solid pretzel knockouts division showed up there. They showed they could adapt on the fly, and it was a solid match.
Yeah, I jumped on my phone and was investigating, trying to see what happened. I never did find out. I found out afterwards that she was just under concussion protocol was the end result. Cesar, what did you think of this 5 women tag match?
Yeah, it started at 6, but 5. Man, you ain't even gonna let me get my joke. Can we at least say the match we're gonna skip so I can have a joke ready for it?
5 women match is our tag match.
Sangria, god damn it. Yeah, it was all right. That brought me up. I think Taz on Wednesday said Yambag Jones and Yambag City in one match for some reason. I don't know what it was, but hey, I know he said City and Jones for like the same thing on something. I swear it was like, oh, that's right, in the Yambag City. He goes, yeah, you spike them like that. Yambag Jones, baby, that's gotta hurt. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Excalibur? I swear he said it on one match. Don't know which match it was. But yeah, you give somebody gets fucked up, yeah, make it up on the fly. But the faces were gonna win anyway. This is just stretching out the feud they get from pay-per-view to pay-per-view with Jordan Grace and Miss Ash by Elegance when she wants to have a match by whatever the fuck this shit's gonna be. Whatever fuck City Jones, everything that. Whatever fuck City Jones this is gonna be. Match by Elegance. I got nothing.
Yeah, they already had that. It was that stupid pink chairs match. It was on last week's.
Some shit. But yeah, it's just stretching them out. Hopefully, old girl's all right, man. Maybe she can recover, get back. I think Spitfire and them can have a match. So if that's what they're gonna do with the tag belts, that's what they're gonna do. But yeah, I gave it like 4 or something. Yeah,
respectable. Up next was the match I thought for sure Cesar was going to give the beer cheese to, but I understand why he didn't. It was for the TNA Tag Team Championship. It's the A, it's the B, it's the C versus First Class with AJ and KC. No Swan this time. Drama King hating on fuckface Tom and the Kentucky crowd was great.
Yeah.
ABC showing the world what they do best. KC can take a hit. AJ catches him like a woman. It was very funny.
Yeah.
Ace might have a hernia from hoisting AJ.
Twice.
Flop Dollar hit a down payment choke slam from the heavens. It was incredible. Finally, something good to say about this big fuck. He was not the legal man. KC was, who then proceeded to get rolled up and pinned. The ABC retained. It was still a good match. I'll give it 6 pretzels. Not bad, Cesar. What did you think of this?
I thought it was good. Their fucking promo was funny. With the blonde haired, not Kinsey, in the back. Where he was talking to her, and then Casey Navarro walked up and told the bitch, "Hey, how good I look? I already know, bitch. I already know. You ain't gotta worry about that shit. And then AJ in the background was like, yeah, baby, you looking good tonight. You looking good. White is your color. And Casey's like, yeah, girl, princess, you putting it together tonight. And she all sitting there like, oh, hell yeah.
She's all like,
Shit,
yeah.
I'm about to get some
She's
dick.
all, she's like, oh
Yeah.
wow. Oh,
She was
my
like, oh.
God.
Yeah, he's like, princess, you looking good tonight. Yeah, AJ with the, yeah, what is your color, girl? And she's like, shit. We put these titties on display. See if I can catch some Kentucky dick tonight. And I was like, yeah, you do your thing, girl. You do your thing now, Kenzie. I ain't nobody mad at you. AJ's just getting more fun. I think he's getting more into the role. He's getting more funnier in the back. Because him and Rich Homie Swan, when they're usually in the back, are saying some ignorant ass shit. Which is always great. Show that you can be entertaining and always great. I don't know if he wants to make it back to the E, but as we've seen, people can go to TNA after getting let go from the E. Ron Killens, Christian Cage. Sometimes people, hell, Kurt Angle, he did come back. Hell, Booker T came back to announce, but King Booker down in TNA was fucking Kurt Angle, King Booker, jacked up Steiner Math. Them niggas down there record shop cooking. That was some of the best days of TNA. Perk Angle of them. People can come back. And people go, hell, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, shit. There's good talent down there. If you ever wants to make it back to the E, this is a great way of showing how entertaining he can be, and how great he can be. And then his matches are improving. He's already got beef with Michael Cole, so you can throw him right back on SmackDown. You can just talk shit to Michael. Yeah, Michael Cole beefing with everybody. He got beef with Bailey. He got beef with Flop Dollar. I mean, Michael Cole. That's why Michael Cole one of the goats. I thought this was a good match. Yeah, it wasn't as like super good as an ABC match usually can. I thought it was good, but I felt like they took the night off. They didn't put these weren't capital letters ABC. These were like lowercase letter ABC. You know what I mean? Because it was Flop Dollar, KZVAR, and KZVAR was he was taking them hits, girl. He was taking them hits. He's out there cooking. But that motherfucker picked up Flop Dollar twice, boy. That boy squat game like an Instagram model, bro. That nigga putting up 850 on the squat rack. You know what I'm saying? Probably got a juicy ass under them trunks because all he do is squat weight and get on the leg press. That cracker don't never miss leg day, all right? His ass was on there picking up Flop Dollar's fat ass twice. Yeah, he ain't go home and have sex with no wife. He came, his back blown out, okay? But I liked it. I gave it just a clean 7. I enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed Kushida and them. But wasn't my match of the night.
Okay.
But there's my boys. They still fighting racism out in them streets, and they were down in Kentucky in True South where they used to lynch niggas. Okay. And I know they went to that Muhammad Ali museum. You know what I'm saying? They went on the Louisville College campus, and they was like, look, y'all need to love these niggas, except, y'all love them when they play basketball in March Madness. Y'all need to love these niggas 365. Like we love them. We the ABC. Trying to kill racism. And then the college students was like, oh shit. Yeah, and then all the white girls wanted to, fuck a regular nerdy looking nigga just to, show some love, just to give back reparations. You know what I'm saying? That's part of reparations. You get to smash 3 snow bunnies and they get pregnant, they can't put you on child support. That's the rules down there. I didn't make the rules. I'm just telling y'all, we had a meeting.
And then afterwards, they can put reparations pussy on their resumes for.
Yeah, that's what they put on there, girl. You get that resume, yeah, man. Little reparations pussy. The white girls get to get out that last bit of hate because they get to say shit like, fuck me hard, nigga. And he's like, yeah, hitting that shit from the back. You know what I'm saying? And so they get that hate out. Little race play, get that hate out, and now they cleanse. They love black people again. Everybody go eat chicken afterwards. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Made tear to my eye. Tear to my eye.
Sticks. We had the ABC Defender tag titles against a modified first class. What did you think?
Kind of a impromptu match that was thrown together. I think they talked about it on the pre-show that it was just thrown together right there and then. Like we talked about, it's our boys, the A, the B, the C. I mean, like Cesar said, it wasn't capital ABC. But you know what? We're going to take lowercase ABC 365 days a week. And even fuck, you can throw twice on Sundays on the Lord's Day because these guys are doing the Lord's work.
Day of the
These
Lord.
boys come out here, like you talked about, AJ Francis. He laying on his feet. This has been a good thing for him. We'll see how he's able to hold himself up with it. Him laying with the homie Rich Swann. Casey Navarro has had a pretty good run in TNA. He's had some matches on pre-show. Now let's throw him on there. He didn't disappoint. Ace Austin. I mean, the guy's got fucking quads like Saquon. I mean, this man was able to pick up AJ Francis twice. I mean, this is like pre-injury Saquon Barkley shit, man. This is like lifting the world. Hercules lifting the world up. I mean, this is great shit. Chris Bay out here doing what he does best. He's finessing your girlfriend's favorite wrestler. I mean, these guys went out here. It wasn't a home run, but you know what? They put runs up on the board. They got their time in. They got the TV time. The belts were on the line. Another title defense. And I agree with Cesar. I gave it a solid 7. These boys come out here. They're not going to disappoint you. They aren't. They're, even though they know it's going to be I don't know if you want to say an easy day at the office.
And they phoned it in.
But it's a casual Friday. It's a casual Friday. And guess what? You still got to show up. You got to put some work in. And that's what our boys did. And they did that, retained. Now let's move on and see what's next for our boys doing the Lord's work.
I just had a thought.
On to the next.
Yeah, I just had a thought. What if they did World Collide again, and it's like TNA versus NXT, and what if we could get Fast and the Frasers versus the A, the B,
Oh my
the
god.
C?
Jeez.
You might as well throw a 10 in the beer cheese and call it a fucking day.
Save it
That
for the main.
that might be the greatest tag match ever in professional wrestling history.
Save it for the main. Put it in the main event. You ain't gonna top that.
You ain't gonna top. I don't care what other combination you get. There are some good combinations now. There are some good combinations. But if you put those full crackers in one ring with a ref, bro, that's gotta make. You imagine they open the show with that? The shows are going downhill after that.
I could turn it off. I'd be all right, next.
I mean, the only other thing that could be good is if you got Julia and Jordan Grace. It wouldn't be still as good as that, but it would be good. But I mean, God, Fast and Frasers versus ABC.
That would be incredible.
Well, could you imagine Moose and Oba? Oh man.
It's gonna be big niggas slapping meat.
Well, Shawn Michaels will be beating his meat when he's
Yeah,
watching
that like KFC gonna be sold out in catering. You just got to give him all the chicken after the match. Like just
There wouldn't be any cotton left in the fields, boys.
Ain't no cotton left. The hard R's will just be out there picking everything, bro, just to watch.
Well, up next, it's the System versus the Hardys, Joe Hendry and Santana. Joe Hendry Hardy remix theme was funny. The camera zoomed in on a sign that said, "I believe in all ego, Ethan Page." I was like, why'd you zoom in on that? It's a wrong show, buddy. Fuck the System chants, of course.
Of course.
Hardy's playing their greatest hits album, pretty much. Silly time with Joe Hendry. I'm very impressed by Santana in this match. He fucking launched JDC over the top rope. Santana flies off the top turnbuckle onto the entire System on the outside. I can't believe I was telling this to my wife earlier what had happened during this match when JDC, or Fandango as most people know him, the crowd started chanting Summer Rae.
Yeah.
Do you know how long these motherfuckers have been watching this product to chant Summer Rae? Because my wife, I was like first season of Total Divas. Like that's how long ago that shit was.
Yeah.
But I thought that was funny. End of match was a finisher fest. Eddie Dick Kicker Jones, though, put Matt Hardy away with the Boston Knee Party. This was more entertaining than wrestling based for me. That's why I gave it 6 pretzel sticks. What'd you think?
Like you said, it was a systems on a system reboot tour. We had a team put together people who have issues with the system. Like you said, this was a Santana, like I don't know if it was a coming out party, but it was a definite spotlight on this man. And this is what he had wanted and what you would want as a man who was trying to establish himself as a singles wrestler. And he did a damn good job of it. A lot of spots like you talked about. The Joe Hendry Hardy's entrance theme was a great thing to grab your attention to start the match off. Like you had said, the crowd got into it with the Summer Rae chant. Oh, it was a solid match. I thought all four guys, system picking up a win, so it allows them to continue with the reboot tour. They're able to get all the other four guys, the Hardys, Joe, able to get Joe, who had a big weekend coming up on there. Santana, who's on a singles revitalization tour. He showed up. I gave it 5 in the salt. I thought it was a great, solid match. And I thought all four guys, I thought they did a good job. Like you said, Eddie was able to get the Kicker Jones spot in, still get that heel heat. Boston Knee Party is a solid finisher, and systems rebooting, and all four guys are on the same page, and see where we go now with the system.
Yes, Cesar, believe in the system. What did you think of this? Unless you reach for your phone, I wouldn't blame you, because I saw the Hardys. I would reach for my phone too.
Would you rate it, Sticks?
I hear 5 in the salt.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. I want to say this was a highlight for Mike Santana, just because he's been beefy. This is a guy who should be in NXT. The way he beefs with everybody, I like his promos. They remind me, they're Ciampa-esque, sitting in the chair, talking, getting mad, throwing that bitch for no goddamn reason, then yelling at the camera. Even though he's a small guy, but he like the character he is now, the gritty, the grimy, the hard hitting. From watching what happened Sunday, this is another guy who I think I would enjoy a match with him and Obafemi. You know what I'm saying? I can't put my finger on it, but like the Don, he hits hard. He can wrestle, but when he street fights, he can hit hard. He can do where he can take a beating like a motherfucker. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, if you want to get the belt off Obafemi, but put it on somebody who's great, who hits hard, it's like the Don, it's like Santana. These guys, you need a gritty, down, do work, do dirt kind of guy. And that's what I like about Santana. Yeah, the other shit I didn't care about. I didn't care about that shit. But I gotta care about my man most. And then my man Brian Myers, Cracker General, and Eddie, man, that Boston Knee Party. I like that shit. JD, I don't care about. Yeah, go dance with Summer Rae, nigga. I don't know what the fuck you doing here. But yeah, old system needed a good dub as a group. Like you said, reboot. They gotta get their shit back together. They gotta work. Moose gotta get back to start fucking these crackers up again. Show them just like Codarius be showing them. You know what I'm saying? Every week. He got to be like, man, Codarius, lone black champ. Besides, Oba, but we don't care about that SEC, real talking nigga, faking Jamaican. He's like, I got to put it back for the real niggas in the streets. You know what I'm saying? The super niggas. Because we don't know what Bobby Lashley doing. So, shit, Bobby Lashley show his bitch ass up in TNA, kicking my fucking TV. Okay? Kicking that shit out the goddamn window. But yeah, system reboot. I gave it 5 in the salty mustard. I liked it. It was good. It was another, like you said, multi-man match that TNA burnt us out on the first 3 years. But it had its good parts. It had its bad parts. Jeff can't help but hump, because when he did the goofy shit with Joe Hendry in the ring, he just sitting there. He can't help it, man. He can't help it. Just always got to stick his dick in something. Surprised that nigga ain't got like 8 kids like Matt Hardy. I'm glad Jeff ain't sticking it, because bitches love that. Bitches love him from Jeff Hardy. That nigga just love him painting and drugs and being alone. If Jeff Hardy was a whore, he'd probably have 18 kids out here, because bitches loved him some Jeff.
You know how many fat emo chicks he could have nailed in his entire career?
Bro, he could have had 20 in the hotel room every night. He could have had some top tier bitches too. He was Jeff Hardy.
You walk into Hot Topic in the early 2000s, all you've seen is a bunch of fat chicks buying Jeff Hardy arm things.
But see, the black bitches love Jeff Hardy. They be like, I'd fuck that crazy white man. Damn, bitch, what? You fucking Jeff Hardy?
Oh, so they're the ones who came up with Jerome Hardison.
Yeah, you damn right, them black horse. Not to call no whore no bitch. Y'all know what I meant.
Well, I'm very curious to know your guys' specific gripes about this next match. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna take a lot of notes on this. Then I wrote a lot of notes, so brace yourselves. The main event. It was the Iron Man match for the TNA Championship. Dolph Nemeth, the champion, versus Josh Alexander. Lots of ridiculous chants here. This is why foreign crowds are better than any American crowd. Canadians are annoying too. This is an hour-long match. Not gonna name every spot. Pete Dunne shout out when Josh started on Dolph's fingers. Dolph rolls up Josh for a pinfall. Zigzag gets Dolph a second pinfall. Ref gets taken out. Josh clocks Dolph in the head with a piece of his headgear. C4 spike. Josh finally gets his first fall 40 minutes in. Hits another C4 spike for a second fall. Zig sleeper on Josh's back while Josh climbed up the turnbuckle. He topples over and both crash and burn. That looked rough. Dolph sends Josh over the top rope through a table on the outside. Josh launches Dolph into exposed turnbuckle and hit the worst zigzag zone I've ever seen in my life. Dolph hits a C4 spike for a third fall. Dolph retains, and you think it's over, but nah. Here comes Jeff Jarrett's the last outlaw with JBL. He's just old cracker. He comes out, whispers something in Dolph's ear and leaves. I gave this 7 pretzels. It was good for what it was. And we do like the wrestling. We like the technical wrestling. Josh, he can put on a match. Dolph can put on a match. I mean, I wasn't jumping out of my seat going, yay, when Dolph won or anything. It was there. The match was there. That's what I could say, Cesar. What were your thoughts and what were your gripes about this main event, Cesar?
No, it was a good hour-long match. We know Dolph. Dolph likes to show off. We know Josh Alexander can just fucking flat out go. My gripe is the pinfalls. I hate the way the pinfalls happen. Because at the moment that they happened, I don't know. I just don't like it. It would have been better if they would have traded pinfalls. Not 2, 2, and 1, but 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Would have probably worked way, way, way better. And one of them being a pin, like a roll-up so early. Like if this guy is supposed to be challenging for the heavyweight championship, he shouldn't get rolled up in the first 20 minutes when he's fresh. You save that for the last 8 seconds. You save a roll up like that when you think the guy's tired, he's not paying attention after he's had some finishers. Yeah, but like a roll up and then a finisher, and then it was like 2 C4 spikes, like kind of close. Like nigga should have. We understand you got the pins, yes, but you got to be out of it after that. The nigga just spiked you on your dome, pinned you, and then like what, 8 minutes later, spikes you on your dome and pins you, and it's around like 48 minutes. You've just been wrestling. Come on, son. Nigga should pin that nigga twice in a row on that shit. For real. Just pin him and then be like, fuck this nigga. Roll his ass right back up. Like, I don't know. That's the biggest gripe I have. Like the match itself was fine, and stealing the move is a great thing. Mm-hmm. The shitty zigzag, the C4 spike that Dolph hit, that's what's cooking near the end. I get it. That's dope. But they should have traded more pinfalls throughout the match. Like after the roll up, it should have been something else, man. Like I don't know, anything he could have done, like even a signature, like off the top or something, to get that one back on Dolph. And then he hits the danger zone later. Then he hits the C4 spike near the end. Then Dolph hits the shitty danger zone with the C4 spike, just emphasizing what he has to do because this guy's stamina is that good and he's still in the match. And none of you are making, clear water on each other. So I got to hit him with my shit and his shit just to put him away at the last minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I'd have been fine with. So that's the gripe I have, but no, I gave it 6 in the mustard. I thought it was a good match. I had to watch it like twice because I was super sauced up after Saturday, and that's when I watched it instead of Bash in Berlin. I watched this, but it was like 3 in the morning, and I fell asleep.
Well, Sticks was super sauced up as well, but it was NyQuil. Sticks, what did you think? I mean, your favorite guy versus the new guy, this new flavor of the month in here. It's an hour-long Iron Man match. The ingredients were there, but it didn't get the beer cheese. Explain why, sir.
My gripe is the same gripe I had that Cesar had. I thought the pinfall placements weren't that great. And for some reason, Cesar, I went back and I watched this twice. I just it left like a bad taste with me. Like, and I don't know why. Like, I'm trying to, like, still even now, like listening to you guys, I'm still trying to figure out why. I'm just like, I wasn't that much into it. Like, that's nothing to take away from the match. Both guys are great in-ring competitors, but I just, like, I guess I had higher expectations for a match, and then when the match got over with, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, and although I have all the hype in the world for Josh, because I seen this guy when he was TNA champion, like, he went out and he did this shit just rolling out of bed, and they were stellar matches. And for some reason, this match just, like, something didn't sit right with me. Now, I don't know if maybe him and Dolph don't have some kind of chemistry. If it was just the pinfall placements too, like Dolph was able to get 2 right away, and then like 40 minutes later, Josh finally gets his first, and then, like Cesar said, he followed it up and he got a second one, and then, like, it's just like, what? I'm just trying to figure it out. And that's nothing against the match. I gave a 6 in the salt. Like, I thought it was a solid, great match. I mean, main event worthy. I don't know. I mean, maybe you kick this off.
We all know what should have been the main event. We all know.
Yeah, maybe you swap your booking matches and you get this out of the way. But I mean, it's their heavyweight championship, so I kind of understand. But
it's Ultimate X. It's a match they invented, so you got to understand.
Yeah, it's a staple. It's a staple of their company. It's like one of the cornerstones of TNA Impact Wrestling. But I don't know. I'm like, just like I said, just sitting here, I'm still trying to figure out why. It left me, I don't know if I want to say disappointed, but left me wanting more. Like, I don't know if this is because knowing both wrestlers, knowing their track history, and maybe I had too high of expectations, mostly on the Josh Alexander side. I mean, the shitty danger zone was, I saw that, I'm like, God, Josh, come on. I mean, I know we're like 45 minutes into this match, but man, I've seen you do so much more, like 45 minutes into a match, and look way cleaner than that. But I mean, I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm just still trying
because their first match was so much way better than this match.
And that might be it. The 30-minute
fucking pre-match promo was better than this match. Like,
this match,
much passion when he was talking to Not Ken.
I don't know. No, both of their promos.
Yeah, they had so much passion, but then they went out there and it was like, why doesn't it translate?
Bro, the fact that Josh Alexander was like, you're a sports entertainer and you can't beat me because I'm a wrestler. And Dolph was like, you know, my college career, I was a wrestler and I am a sports entertainer. And because I'm both, I'm going to find a way. I was like, these niggas cooking.
Well, see, I thought that played great from what Wes and Zach talked about, from being a WWE superstar to a TNA wrestler. And you had this on Friday. Like
Yeah.
both these guys going sports entertainer, wrestler. This is like, oh shit, we've got kind of two things that are kind of almost just out of the blue, like kind of correlated. But I just
breaking the fourth wall here and saying the shit on Twitter that we say that they shouldn't say should make it more real and more better. And then they kind of just had that match.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a short break and be right back with some No Mercy. And now it's time for the A Show's PLE NXT's No Mercy.
Just like the game.
NXT Tag Team Championships are on the line. It's Chase U versus the Fast and the Fraserists. Normally, they Fast and Fraserists, but on a PLE, these mofos are ferocious. Pair that with a hot crowd, and we off to a banger start at No Mercy. You can tell Ridge is finally being more careful with his offense. He don't want a Nia Jax like body count. After a miscommunication by Frazier knocking Axiom on the top turnbuckle, Andre Chase hits the super Spanish fly. The 450 is disrespected. For only their second time tagging together, Ridge and Andre are firing on all cylinders. The golden ratio takes out Frazier on accident. Powerbomb backstabber only gets a 2.5 because Axiom kicked out. Then we saw the super Spanish fly Phoenix splash onto Andre Chase. Fast and the Fraserists are two-time tag team champions. What a fucking start to this. Like NXT knows how to start fucking paper PLEs, and it was incredible, but it wasn't over. And why would they do this so early? I don't know, because Ridge is a heel before, but Ridge turns on Chase U with Thea Hell Oscar-winning performance, crying as he beats the shit out of Andre Chase, who gets stretchered out. That being said, the kickoff to this gets a 6 pretzels with some salt from your boy Sticks. What'd you think? The NXT tag titles were on the line.
Yeah, another hot start by NXT. Great tag match. Like you said, this is Ridge and Chase's like second match. I mean, they talked about the first match, became tag team champions. So it's like, okay, second match, title defense and retain. Not so fast, my friends. I still like how they sprinkled in the miscommunication with Frazier and Axiom, where you're just like, oh, okay. I mean, both these guys are not really kind of separating their focus like one would be have their eyes on something else. Like both these guys have their eyes on the prize, and you still had this, and you're like, oh, okay. There still might be some issues with this. No, I mean, these guys went out here outside a little hiccup, which they've been able to overcome in pretty much all but one match, and be able to still put on banger matches. I mean, this was a great tag team match to have open up. I gave it 6 in the salt as well. The surprise was just like, it just made me kind of wonder, so why'd you take this off these guys to within like what, 2 weeks later, take it off of Chase U, and then like you even had the t-shirts made up of like Champ U, like Ridge, not Ridge, but Dookie and Riley and Thea all had Champ U shirts on, and then you had this happen, and then on top of that, you had Ridge, then turn on him. Like I guess I was thinking you'd have somewhat maybe of a bigger scandal with Ridge to end up having the turn on him, instead of just him being disappointed with maybe Andre Chase's performance. I don't know. But I mean, like you said, Ridge looked like he was a little bit more of a safer wrestler in this one, which was like, oh, okay. So maybe there is a future as these guys as a tag team going forward. Well, that got squashed immediately after the match. Nothing against the performances in this match. Both tag teams showed out. It just left me with a little bit more questions than answers in this. But match-wise, performance-wise, by all 4 competitors, great way to start off. NXT came off another banger, and No Mercy is starting off hot.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of, Cesar, is maybe Ridge is getting called up. Like, why would they stop this story? There's so much more miles they could have got out of this story. Like I even preluded like a month ago, I thought Thea and Ridge were gonna start something together, but they had so much more to go. They stopped it dead in its tracks with Ridge turning on them. What do you think of this?
Yeah, I think they're going to spin the route as Ridge thinks of them as a bunch of losers because he got Thea that championship. He hyped up Thea, or Thea won that championship, and then he hyped up Thea. She lost. He got Duke the Obafemi match. He lost. Then he finally got this tag team match. They won, but like their first real defense, they lost. So I think he's gonna chalk it up to that. Honestly, though, I don't think Mr. Chase was a legal man because I think it got lost. Because when they did the backbreaker powerbomb thing, Chase tagged Ridge, and Ridge went on for the pin on Axiom. And then remember, Ridge got thrown out of the ring, and Axiom dived on him because they were all fighting in the ring. And then Axiom dived on him, and then Chase was left in the ring and went for the teachable moment, but he was the one who got pinned. So first, when I looked at it, and I was like, "Oh, this is what they're going to do to get the rematch. They're going to spin it like he wasn't the legal man, so he shouldn't have got pinned." But then Ridge turned, so I don't know what they're doing here. Yeah, like you said, they had more miles to go with this before this should have happened. But I mean, it is Fast and Furious. I mean, these guys. The crazy thing is, these guys as a tag team is so good. They are so good. They could main roster with this tag team for real. With those two guys, I don't think they would make it that far if they went up solo. But together, those guys could be a tag team champion on any show, Raw or SmackDown. I think they can have a good run solo. I think they're just like a younger version of like DIY. We know these guys can be champions solo, but like together, they're really, really so good. They have something working there. But yeah, I don't know why they put the trigger on this. But I gave it 7. I thoroughly enjoyed this match. This was a really good match to me. This is like, we know when they put on a tag team match for a PLE, that shit hits at all times. I thought this was a really good match.
It was fantastic. Followed up by Zach Wentz doing double duty this weekend. It's Wesley versus new X Division champion Zach Wentz. Tag partners, best friends, brothers. Now you know they're gonna fuck each other up. Props to both gentlemen for their unique gear. Zach counters a Meteora into a Boston Crab. That was awesome. That was very impressive.
Real.
Wes hit a modified cardiac kick off a springboard on the ropes. I got a 2.5. Zach might have just hit my new favorite move that Vic called a blockbuster, but I can't even begin to describe.
He was he said modified blockbuster.
I don't know. I can't describe it. It looked like a DDT, but he flipped over him. Like I'll have to get the clip, post it in the chat, show you guys. But I hope that becomes a move that gets in the 2K eventually. Blah 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 blah. Did the announce table just collapse with Zach on it? Shit. Wes was about to hit Zach with a chair, but Trey Miguel grabbed it from him. UFO cutter, and Zach wins the second major dub for Zach in 3 days. Again, these guys, like I said, they're best friends. They're gonna fuck each other up, and they fucked each other up. I gave it 7 pretzels. Cesar, what'd you think of this shit?
The disrespect. 7 pretzels. This was a really good match.
It was.
It was a really good match. I thoroughly enjoyed this shit. As you know how I know.
Do I smell some beer cheese coming?
Yeah,
up?
You smell something cooking in the kitchen.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you smell some shit cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah,
because as we all know, best friends lay into each other.
No.
Because they can literally stretch the line of when to pull punches because, like in the beginning of the match, they were just countering each other, countering each other, countering each other. Because, yeah, they've been on the road. They know each other's moves. They're there. Oh, Zach hit that one fucking like flying knee. I thought he actually hit West at one point. I was like, damn. Book was cooning all over this match. Book was like, yeah, there's a fight. Hit that man. Get you some. Yeah. Shut the fuck up, Vic. You silly bitch. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but you know, Book was cooning this whole match. Yeah, like West just talking that shit. Every time he had him in a hold, give up, Zach. What did Sick Vic say? He used his NXT name. He said West hit him so hard.
So hard, he thought his name was Carter.
Thought his name was Carter. Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, all right, Sick Vic. Sick Vic be having a line here or two. But no, man, I thought these guys put on a show. I wasn't disappointed with the whole pay-per-view, but this was the 8 and the beer cheese for me.
Damn.
These guys showed out, show off. I'm hoping Wes goes with this attitude to TNA to challenge for the Ultimate X Championship, the X Division Championship, I mean, and maybe get a match there or two. I'm hoping Trey Miguel gets in this shit somehow. Like
That was my caveat, remember? I thought
no.
sure Trey was going to turn.
Yeah. Nah, man. Yeah, and then what happened later really got me bricked up. I guess we'll talk about that when they cut a promo later. I was super bricked up. But yeah, dude, this was my match of the night.
Damn, we have to give this dude. He's gonna be Zach Beer Cheese now. This
dude,
got both beer cheeses.
Yeah, nah, man. I'm really intrigued now. What you thought was a better match than this? Because for me,
I made sure we weren't having the same one this time.
It doesn't matter if we have the same ones. It's the best match.
I know. But personally, the match I gave it to, I loved.
I loved this match. Like when I saw this match. Like for me, the tag match was so good. Yeah. And when I saw these, I was like, yeah, this is the only thing that can follow the tag match. Because I was like, if any other match followed this, it's going to get shit on. Because I felt like that tag match was such a good opener that the next match was going to like not like suck, it kind of sucked the air out of the room so nobody would care. But when it was this, I was like, oh no, these motherfuckers going to put on a clinic. And they fucking did. And they delivered. And
well, who knows? Maybe we'll all three have different beer cheese matches.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you get these best friends. See, this is why the ABC have great singles matches. When you get a blackie and a whitey, but see, there's hate involved. There's no love like the ABC. That's why the ABC still has great matches when they fight each other. And yeah, these niggas have great matches too. See, there was a perfect Oreo. There was a light-skinned nigga, a dark-skinned nigga, and a cracker. And that's why there was a great threesome for the treehouse. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, sometimes West been hanging out in the South. I think a snow bunny got to him. So I need to call Dr. Umar and get this white out his blood. You know what I'm saying? So he can team back up and fight racism again. But West got the hate in his heart. And I think this is perfect for his character. Like, we know West is so good. And that's what he said. Yeah, y'all ain't shit down there. I'm the star. I'm on the show. I did it by myself. I came up with it. And then
I bet you behind the scenes, Wesley is like, I'm gonna make sure the world knows how good you
knows how good he is. I bet when they cook this up, Wes is like, nah, Zach's winning. I don't care if he wins the X title or not. Zach's winning. Because the way I'm gonna take it with the promos and degrade it down, I'm gonna show what y'all fucked up about because y'all didn't put any effort into it when you fired him. To make sure he looks good. And I love that finisher. I love that springboard cutter, the UFO cutter. I mean, it's a cutter, but it's more unique because, he grabs you, bounces off the ropes, and then snatches you down versus just jumping out of nowhere. He's jumping on the ropes, getting that extra spring so that you're getting that extra smack. Because the second guy doesn't jump. He's just like, you're taking it from a height, grabbing him, snatching him down. I love that finisher, bro. It's so good.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
UFO, it's he the height plus the momentum, right?
yeah,
Dropping it.
yeah.
That
Like you
that
said, that blockbuster shit. If that nigga don't want to do the UFO, use that blockbuster shit.
that was
Because
awesome. I
that
gotta
shit is
find that clip.
cold.
I gotta
That shit
find
is
that clip.
fucking cold. So yeah, just the shit they were doing. Yeah, that cardiac kick when that nigga was sitting up and he fucking and like they were like, yo, that was 3, right? That was 3. No, they were like, yo, the refs is like 2 9/4. He knows. That's the shit I want the referee cam for. Shit like that. I want to see shit like that. And when he kicks out at 2 9, that's the referee cam kind of shit I want to see. But this match to me, hands down, was cold. Yeah, dude, I fucking loved it.
Well, Sticks, this was the second match of the night. No title on the line. This was a grudge match between brothers. What did you think of this?
Yeah,
Well,
Zach gets
boys,
it done in the first hour. He gets it done. Beer cheese first match, beer cheese second match. That nigga said, "Go home. I'm out."
if my COVID flu ass would have been here last week, I would have told you, the boys, this was possibly going to be the best match on the card because, like you guys just talked about, best friends, brothers. What happens when you get each one of them facing each other? They're gonna throw everything at each other plus the kitchen sink. This match got my beer cheese too.
Wow.
This was a great match.
Okay.
Right off the bat, the reversals. Zach was showing reversals and then gave the rascal thing to him. I mean, the fucking blockbuster, the Denver Destroyer outside the ring that Wes sold. Like, he got hit and stood up and looked like he was shot while standing up, just shot, and was just so stiff as a board. And then that UFO cut. Trey Miguel just lightly getting himself in that match without really getting himself in that match. Stopping the chair. Like you said, the cardiac kick. I saw him hit that cardiac kick, and I'm like, oh shit. We really get. I was like, we really doing it this quick? Like, the other match is gonna cook. Kick out of it. I mean, this match was fucking great. And I wouldn't expect anything less from these two guys. Zachary Wentz had a Labor Day weekend. But he had most people have Labor Day weekend now. No, this guy put fucking work in on Labor Day weekend. And he got 2 beer cheese matches out of this. Oh, damn, man. This boy, I'm telling you, this guy can be a singles guy. And he showed it on Friday and followed it up on Sunday. Like Cesar said, I'm betting Wes was like, okay, Zach's going over. Like, Zach's going to go. Like, Wes was probably like, I'm going to go out there and put on a strong showing, but I'm also going to make it so that this guy shows why he shouldn't have been canned from WWE and why this guy is a legit singles competitor. Like, he could do every match. Tag, singles, trios, whatever the fuck you want to do. And this man showed it this weekend. I gave it 8 in the beer cheese. This match was, like Cesar said, a great match to follow up that fucking banger heat opener to have. And these guys went out there and they showed you why. Not only when you have 2 brothers facing each other, like you said, Mingria, the in-ring wear. Like Zach having the brother's keeper on his knee pad, and I think on the backside of his strike, just added more gas to the fire.
The overshirt he had pictures of them throughout the year.
Yeah. His top even had like pictures of it, and they even talked about it. You saw this match meant a lot of both guys, and Zach showed you why this showed up. While also Wes, this also helps his character. Like we had a lot of uncertainty with him after that North American. Rascals show up. Hey, let's run this back. MSK didn't lose. There was some bullshit behind it. And Wes was like, oh, you guys up and left me after they lost. You guys left me alone. Now, this is pushing him more towards just losing his fucking mind. Now this opens, like you guys said, this opens so many Pandora's box. I mean, we've got, I think, one for TNA. You got one more, I think, pay-per-view before Bound for fucking Glory. If you tell me you're gonna have Zach Wentz and Wesley X Division Championship at fucking Bound for Glory, fuck boys, I might have beer cheese on deck waiting for that match because these boys did it here. They might go above and beyond at Bound for Glory.
Was Wesley's gear, was that Dragon Ball Z, Caesar? Was it a Dragon Ball Z theme?
It was way more gray, but it was orange and gray. Yeah.
Kind of looked Dragon Ball Z-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, anyway.
And I like the way I like the way
4 more matches, Sticks. Calm
I know,
down.
but
Calm down.
but I still like the way where he came out where Zach comes out to the Rascals then, and Wes comes out to the MSK music as we know. But instead of hitting that M for MSK, he's like, yeah, I'm the king of the West Side.
Turn it up. Yep.
Yeah, I'm the king of the West Side coming out here. Book even called that shit out. So great, man. So much great character work. Such a great match.
And to follow up that match, for the Women's North American Championship, it was Kalani Jordan defending against Freaky Sleepy Chew.
Yep.
The purpose of this match is the same as it is for the Roxanne match, I believe. Building up the champ's resume for the new crop to dethrone them. It'll mean more if Julia and Stephanie Vacure can defeat seasoned champs. So these 2 women's title matches at No Mercies are going to be good, but the purpose of them is obvious. Now, this was at the beginning of the match. I wrote that.
Yeah.
Wendy Choo is more character than ring ability. I don't see her employed by WWE this time next year. I believe Wendy Choo is in the wrong profession. Choo botches a top rope move attempt, a rare miss from the women of NXT here. Kalani retains in an all elite, no championship match. Tatum attacks Choo post match. And Caesar, this is the reason why the Bash was better than No Mercy, is because this was awful. I gave it 3 Mercy pretzels for Kalani. That's it. Wendy Choo, let's stick to hosting Halloween Havoc. No more. I'm done with Wendy Choo. Sorry, but she can't get over with any gimmick. It don't matter. She's
what
Smokey
you're
the
telling
Hoe.
me?
She's Smokey the Hoe. Can't get over. She's Sleepy Choo. Can't get over. Let's move on. Go to AEW and stink up the joint because this ain't my NXT. But that being said, Sticks, what did you think of this Women's North American Championship match?
Yeah. I looked at it as more of a show for Kalani to show her athletic abilities. Like you said, it was another brick on the road for Kalani's title defense. Yeah, was it great? No. But every champion is going to kind of have a muck-up match kind of like this. I don't know. I really don't know what happened with this. Like, I mean, I thought Wendy would maybe do a little bit better more of this, knowing her history in WWE.
We've seen her have better matches, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like, what? Like, you're just trying to figure out what was the missing piece in this. Like, there were some slip ups by kind of both, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I see more potential. I see more coming out of this that Kalani could overcome this more than Wendy. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I
Can I tell you what should have happened? You know what should have happened? We should have swapped with Tuesday and Sunday. We should have had Wendy take on Kalani on Tuesday, and then Sunday, Chu comes out and says, well, I don't know if she talks, but she comes out and says, I got somebody, you beat me, but I got somebody for you to face. And then Rosemary comes out. They would have had a great pay-per-view match because Rosemary is good. She's always good. Wendy Chu, I can count her good matches on one hand.
Yep.
But sorry, Sticks.
No. It just hopefully this is just a bump in the North American Championship road for Kalani. I just don't. I mean, we know where Wendy's going to go after this, but it's like, okay, where does Kalani go after this? Like, you've got to rebound. So who is she going to rebound against? But yeah, I mean, I get it was an okay match, but like your women's division is your strongest division in NXT. And like you said, you should have swapped this out because then you could have had a little bit more TNA influence. Rosemary has the resume to be able to go for something like this. Like she's been a former Knockouts champion, Knockouts tag team champion. Um, you could have maybe built a little bit something from that from Tuesday after Kalani and Wendy that would have led to this. And then maybe you would have had a better match that would have allowed Kalani to go over against a seasoned vet. But this, I mean, I don't know if you want to say this kind of stops any momentum that Kalani had, but it sure doesn't. It sure doesn't help proceed. I push it forward any more than what she's had going into this match.
No, the biggest problem was Wendy too. Cesar, oh, what did you give it, Sticks?
He's
I'm
drinking.
drink.
Yeah.
Cesar, what did you what did you think of this?
Oh, he's just not gonna answer. I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
ask
No,
him.
I gave it 4. I gave it
Oh,
4.
wow. That's
I was just like,
super
he's not gonna.
generous.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's like, I'm not
I
gonna.
wasn't going to give it 6. Are you kidding me? This match wasn't that great. I gave it 4 for the abilities of Kalani alone.
Yeah, I get
So
it.
Kaylani is young,
Mhm.
and they're putting the strap on her to, give her the pressure, make diamonds, right? Pressure makes diamonds, as we all know. I don't think Kaylani can carry yet. She can still have a great match, and she can get her shit in, but she can't carry. And I think that's what makes a really good champion. But like I said, she's only been young, right? What? She's only been there for a year, maybe year and a half.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So that's where I think like people like Sol Ruka differ. Sol Ruka can carry already, and I think that's why they're waiting to probably get Julia and Stephanie Valkyrie in here because Sol Ruka and Julia or Stephanie Valkyrie or Roxanne because she's never fought Roxanne for the time. God damn, the matches are gonna fucking be amazing. So I think they're sitting on those, they're banking those. But yeah, I mean it wasn't great. But what do you mean with the bash, man? Come on. What? We had like Liv, we had that mixed tag match at the bash. So of course anything with Liv and Rhea is gonna be
Every
better.
match at the Bash was good. There was no bump in the road like this one. This one was
Okay, so
this was
I
a
heard
bump.
every match at the bash was trash. I haven't watched it yet.
I mean, no, it wasn't trash. It was worth watching.
I heard the finishes were trash.
I
So
enjoyed it.
that's what I'm going off of. That's why I asked you guys because
I
online
enjoyed
people
it.
are
Yeah.
saying the finishes were trash. I don't know the match order as well, so I haven't watched anything on the bash. I haven't looked at anything on the bash, but I've seen people online saying they were disappointed in how some of the matches were finished. How some of the matches had finishes and like they weren't that good.
I
Um,
enjoyed it.
no, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna probably watch it Wednesday when I'm off, so I can take my time, watch all day because I'm probably gonna watch Raw after this tonight. Um, and obviously I'm gonna watch NXT because it's the show after the pay-per-view tomorrow. So
Mhm.
after work. But yeah. Yeah. All right. We gonna call spade a spade. This was some trash. Um the after effect didn't do anything unless they're trying to turn Tatum Paxley face. Then she came out there, choked out Wendy Chu, who has been choking her out or whatever. I think Master Michaels is having some faith in Tatum because he keeps putting her in matches. Like I said, she's the new Kiana, she under the desk, sucking on that meat, getting TV time every week. But she's getting better every week. I'd have rather seen Tatum and Carolina than fucking Wendy Chu. Yeah, this is some shit. Um, I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna rate this shit. It was trash. It was, put it in the garbage. Put it out to the curb, and then the niggas from the city gonna pick it up when it's their day. This was some trash.
Wendy Chu need to go to AEW. Up next, you know what? I think this next match actually benefited from that trash. It was for the North American Championship. It was Oba Femi versus Tony D, with the family, of course. Very, very physical, hard-hitting match. Tony D with something to prove here. I don't know if Oba accidentally need Tony in the dick. Oh wait, they showed that Tony might have his ankle. Not 100%.
And that cracker laughed. He laughed.
Not 100% sure, but the Dawn of NXT powers through. Love the Papa Shango reference when Oba hit a shoulder breaker. Tony would go on to manhandle Oba like nobody has before. Oba attacks Luca and Stacks, which made the Dawn see red after that. This leads to a motherfucker, a Braun Breaker like spear from Tony D to Oba. It gets a 2 3/4. That might have been the closest anybody has ever come to defeating Oba. Oba with a pop-up powerbomb gets a 2 15/16. Eventually, Oba hits 2 more power bombs to retain. What a hell of a match. I loved it. This, in my opinion, was Tony D's best match of his entire fucking career. This gets my 8 pretzels and the beer cheese. I loved it. When he hit that spear,
all right.
I legit stood up. I was like, holy shit, when he hit that spear. The way Tony D was throwing Oba around, I was like, wow, they've planned this fuck. After the cameras went off at the restaurant, they're like, okay, Oba, this is what we're gonna do in the match. We're gonna do this. They planned this. The family added in there, made it great. I loved it. This got my beer cheese of the night, Cesar. What did you think? The North American Championship match, Oba Femi versus Tony D.
Yeah, no, this was a great match. Shout out to the D'Angelo family. Follow them on the Tiki Taka. Highly inter-fucking-taining.
Stacks and Ariana.
Those what?
Stacks and Ariana.
I didn't watch that. I was talking about the lawyer and Rizzo when they were climbing the mountain. Have you seen that one?
Oh, okay.
Have you seen that one? Because she just keeps asking, like, "How are we there yet?" And they keep climbing the mountain. He's like, "No." And she's like, "Are we there yet?" "No." "Are we there yet?" And then like she looks like she's all tired. She's like, "Oh." He's like, "Are we there yet?" And he's like, "Yeah."
No, Stacks is very hyped about his very first action figure, and there's some shenanigans. It's pretty fucking funny.
Like I said, look, two different TikToks, highly entertaining.
Yes.
The D'Angelo family on the Tiki Taka.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, so this is great because on the Go Home show, which we're not going to talk about because we're talking about the pay-per-view, they had a meeting at the restaurant where Oba was sitting in Tony's seat, but Tony still pulled up, and he said it was all about respect. Like, they felt like they had been disrespected because Tony was cutting off Oba when he had the cup, and they were talking about matches, and then Oba started cutting off Tony, but he was talking about his next challenger and whatnot, and it's about a respect. Yeah, the ruler of NXT versus the Dawn of NXT, and so like they both are from high positions. Oba ain't really taking no loss yet. He whooping ass, he taking names. And Tony said he was going to make him look more human when he gets in the ring with him to show that he's a mere mortal. He's not a god that he thinks he is, but he's a mere mortal. And then as you've been seeing week to week, which is what I like with Oba, man. Like, they can have Oba keep winning these matches, but he's not squashing people. People are still slamming him. They're still doing work in the ring. Even that match with West, man. West was getting off moves. He was keeping Oba on his toes. Yes, Oba, when he hit a power move, West was out. But when West would recoup, he would be able to hit moves, big moves, take Oba off his feet, drop him to one knee. Then Otis was hitting him with that power game that a lot of people in NXT don't have.
Dijak and Briggs, the triple threat match.
Yeah, Dijak and Briggs were taking it to Oba, hitting him with kicks, taking him down, hitting him with the clothesline, slamming him. Yeah, the big guys are hitting the power moves on Oba. So he's not just like eating them and going through them. Yeah, when he's hyped up and doing it, yeah, one. But the Dawn is the one who was getting the closest to pin him. And then with the spear, like you said, hitting him with other shit, kicking out of the power bomb. Motherfuckers gave me that power bomb, man. They rap. Rap City, call it. Let's go home. Let's go get some chicken. The Don kicked out, late, but he kicked out. And Oba's like, no, you ain't stopping this black power colonizer. And he said, oh. And, he put on that Black Panther mask that he got from Book, because Book was cooning and being a real nigga. And, giving him the heart-shaped herb to get him powered back up. And then Oba was like, oh, shit, nigga. Yeah, he saw the fields, and he saw the other Black Panthers running. And then Chadwick Boseman came down from heaven and was like, you the new Black Panther, you big ass nigga. And then, thank you, Chad. Oh, he's like, oh, yeah. And then, then that one nigga from the Snow Tribe came down with the stick. He was like, yeah, Oba, show these niggas what super nigga is all about. Show them when they kidnapped us from Africa and they made us breed with the strongest, how the super nigga line still exists with your big ass. And he was like, rah. And then, the S came on his back, like a tattoo for super nigga. It was like an S and an N. Y'all didn't see that because y'all didn't have the nigga vision. See, I've upgraded. See, I got to raise some work. And I got
it's not Oculus. What is it
it's
called?
a MetaQuest goggles,
called
man.
something else.
Yeah, MetaQuest. See, I got the MetaQuest Black. And so when I watch,
it's that Ninja Quest.
There we
get
go.
The black
There we go.
gear.
Stick.
Everything's all black. You get the
It
adamantium
comes
fucking Black Panther suit that you get put on. Everything.
Right. See, so it already comes with the nigga captions built in, but then I get the nigga vision. You know what I'm saying? And y'all don't understand when that nigga vision kicks in, man. It's like you done had 3 shots of Henny. You know what I'm saying? 2 Heinekens. Because see, that's what niggas like to drink. Shit that starts with H. Henny and Heineken all fucking day. And then it's got the nigga captions. So then when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, Chadwick Boseman on NXT? This nigga came from heaven. And then the S was like a tattoo, like you branded that nigga like a cow, like Wagyu beef. No, it was an S. It was an S, and then it turned into an N. And I was like, oh, he got the super nigga tattoo. I see that shit. I seen that shit. And then, the nigga who created the cotton gin came down and touched him in his heart. And then he was immediately healed. Like, he was only on 20% power. Don was going to win. But he was on 20% power. But that cotton gin nigga came down and said, oh, bless you, nigga. And then he was back to 100%. He's back. It was like Finn Balor with the demon. Shit was crazy. Okay.
He was on the floor. He went,
Yeah. Heartbeat. See? Yeah, bro. I ain't never seen no shit like this in my life, bro. It was like he ate 8 watermelons and had a whole pitcher of grape Kool-Aid. Okay, the shit was crazy. Okay. And then that nigga was like, I'm Oba Femi. Oh, Black Panther. Then he spiked Tony D's ass with that second power bomb. And bro, when I mean he spiked him, I mean he used like 110% of his power. I don't even know how he broke the record. Like the little scale on the nigga quest, it broke. It broke, nigga. It went to 100% and popped out on the bot. It said super nigga powers activated. Shit was crazy. Okay. Shit was crazy. And then he spiked that nigga and he won the match. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Thought I was gonna have a heart attack. It was too much niggerdom in the ring. Watching it on the Black Quest, I had to take it off afterwards. I had to take it off. So I didn't even watch the 3 count. It was like 1, I had to take it off because I was about to die. It was too much niggerdom. You can't take in that much niggerdom into your body when you use a drunk nigga. Because see, drunk nigga, your niggerdom powers evolve, right? They go up.
I assume this is like Iron Man with the mask on, but instead of Jarvis, you got like Carlton who has the voice in your head. And he's like, oh, damn, got the ejectocito, cuz, and that mask goes
it's
off.
like Dirty
Like,
Tyrese, Fast and Furious 2. Yeah, but see, that's what the problem is. Because, see, when you're watching it like drunk, your nigga powers is activated, and there's so much niggerdom coming through the Black Oculus, the nigga Oculus. And then, man, it's just too much for one body to handle. You know what I'm saying? So I had to snap it off, man, because I wanted to be here to report it to y'all. The 13 of you assholes that watch this shit faithfully, and Mike Honcho for you. It was too much niggerdom for me to handle, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I
good
gotta work
thing you
on.
work at Best Buy because now you can exchange your broken Ninja Quest for a
Yeah.
one.
For the new one, because I had to snap it off, man.
You think you can buy that at Best Buy? He's gonna send that shit back to the coalition to be
Now,
able to get
look,
that shit
I
fixed.
got the protection plan, so
I mean,
I'm sending that shit.
okay.
I'm sending that shit right back because I got the protection plan. Because I do it for y'all. That was too much slave powers in there. See, like my slave level ain't up that quick. I mean, I'm dark, so I know I'm 100% field. Like I'm a level 18.
Look
But
at
that
it.
shit was like
There's
for
too much. It injured his arm. Look at it.
yeah, man. I cut myself early. Yeah.
"Ah!"
Look, I needed to be like a level 42 for that shit. They're just like so much niggerdom that a regular man can take.
Wait, you haven't prestiged yet? You haven't prestiged yet?
Nah, man.
No?
Look,
Oh,
man. I like to keep my shit on the low. You
okay.
know what I'm saying? I like to coast. I don't want to be too high up in the coalition. I want to be out here making decisions. You know what I'm saying? I just want to like be there.
He wants to live his life. He wants to live his
Yeah,
life.
man. I can't be that black all the time. That's a lot of black all the time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like a snow bunny here and there. That's like, you get that level, you can only fuck dark sisters. You can't even fuck light skinned bitches. You can only fuck dark sisters. I like a little Mexican here and there, little Asian persuasion, little slanted pussy. You know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that shit is too black for my current lifestyle. Now, maybe when I get older and I'm sitting down and just watching wrestling, talking with y'all, that's when I'll go
So
full
that
black.
was a long journey to go on, Cesar. What pretzels did you give this?
Oh yeah, this shit was still good. Yeah, I gave this 7 in the mustard. This shit was a classic. It was a barn burner, a Pier Sixer, JR and them hoes. But I had a great time. This was a good match. I'm hoping to see where the story goes because Oma can come out there and talk that shit, but Tony D can come out there and talk that shit to say that, hey, I took your bitch ass to the limit. And if you give me another shot, I'm gonna whoop your monkey ass. And I do think that's where they're going with Tony D. They're trying to give him like way more championships. We've seen him fight for the title with Ilya and almost pull it off. We've seen him win the Heritage Cup. I think if we get some time to a later PLE, Tony D will be the man to dethrone Obafemi.
Well, when Sticks put his Oculus on, it just showed the menu from Tony D's restaurant. So we weren't on the same level as
A
you.
little pasta or something. Yeah.
Sticks,
little cannoli. Little cannoli, yeah.
Stromboli was on it. Sticks, what did you think of this Obafemi versus Tony D?
Tony D.
Shit, when I put my Oculus on, it was like the fucking winter theme of fucking Uno. That's all I had. Shit, I didn't get all this sweet shit, man. I gotta see if I can find me a coalition member and try to start greasing the wheels on this shit.
At the cookout, you can ask
him. I know. I mean, I know I got an open invitation. I'm gonna have to actually legit fucking take some time off and get my country bumpkin broke ass on an airplane ticket and get my ass out there. I mean, this shit, I'm missing out on some stuff. Keep it short and sweet. I gave it 7. I agree with Cesar. I gave it 7 in the salty mustard. I'm just gonna add this. Obafemi is a superstar in training. This man has sold. Like you said, this was Tony D's best NXT match of his career. And to have it come at this point against that type of opponent in Obafemi is a great match. It was everything that you'd want mixed in. Hell of a match. My girlfriend even talked about this when we watched this morning. She's like, Oba's a fucking man. You could see this guy within like the next couple of months showing up on Raw or SmackDown, and he could be like the mid-card champion first night out the gates. This guy is great, sells great. He's got it. It's just a matter of seasoning him, and they're doing that. 7 the salty mustard. Great match by both guys, and you see the superstardom and Obafemi right there in that match.
I just hope that when he does go to the main roster, Trips doesn't get rid of his strut when he comes out. Dun, dun,
dun, yeah.
Dun, dun. That's my favorite part of the whole thing. But up next, that was a barn burner, but we had another barn burner follow this for the NXT Women's Championship. Thank God for Roxanne Perez and Miss Jada Parker.
Oh, Miss Parker. Hey, Miss Parker.
She's like the wind, Vic. You can feel her, but you can't touch her, but you know she's there. Talking about Roxanne.
Book Coonan.
Very different atmosphere in this women's match compared to the one earlier. Both women exuding confidence, attitude, and the hotness. Jada's ribs targeted, especially when she hit the stairs. The crowd is hot. The crowd is split. The hype is here. Roxanne mocking the battle donk move. Not much of an impact. Jada executes the battle dunk properly. To her detriment, though, because that donk put her through the barricade later on. Pop rocks by Roxanne on the outside. Pop rocks inside. Roxanne retains, but this was the coming out party for Jada Parker. She prestiged. I didn't know we were going to talk about prestige, but I put it in my notes. She prestiged to a whole new level during this match. Julia comes out in hammer pants for a stare down with Roxanne. Awesome follow-up to that North American Championship match. I gave it 7 solid pretzel sticks. What did you think of this NXT Women's Championship match featuring Miss Jada Parker?
Yes, this match was great. And it not only shows that Roxanne is the steady champion that can right the ship as the person that can carry the match, but Jada Parker, Miss, by God, Parker herself, coming out party. This woman showed you why this woman deserved to be in this match. She was able to overcome the rib injury, all that stuff. Like her powering out, like carrying Roxanne, her doing all this. I mean, it was just so great. Like they have out of this match, you have a legit woman's contender for either the North American, but more importantly, the NXT Championship in Miss Parker. Like by the end of the year, maybe going in the next year, Miss Parker could be your NXT Women's Champion. And I wouldn't bat an eyelash to it. Great match. I gave it 7 in the salt. Both these women went out, showed up, showed out. And then afterwards, like I didn't know who. Like a little peek behind the curtain. All 3 of us gave who we thought we were going to win, caveats, all that stuff. I thought it was a 50-50 shot between either Stephanie Vacour showing up or Julia. I had heard that Julia was done with her tour dates overseas, but I didn't know visas, overseas travel, whatnot. But I thought,
nah, man, it's WWE. They push that shit through.
But I also thought we're this close to the CW debut. So you know they're going to have Roxanne probably main event that. So who's going to be a bigger opponent for her than Julia? And then they did it perfectly. Lights went out. Cue the fog machine. It got fucking foggy as hell in there. And then you see a shadow coming out. And you see Julia. And I sat up on the couch. I was like, oh, shit. Game changer. I looked at my girlfriend and said, this is big for WWE. This woman is going to show up and she's going to show out. And this was huge to have after this match. This doesn't take away from the performance that Jada Parker had. Jada showed up and she showed you why she is one of the very many women in that division that has a bright future. But this woman, Julia, has it. She is worth the hype. And she shows up. We get the stare down. Roxanne clutching that championship like her pearls. Like she doesn't want to get, like she ain't going to lose them. And Julia staring her down. Great match. Great way to have the match end. Now, what are we going to get on Tuesday? What are we going to get on Tuesday? This is great for the women's division. And I thought it was great. But more importantly, this was great for Miss Parker because this was a career-defining moment for her and she took it and she ran with it in an L. She took it and she ran with it, and that's what you need to do. And she did it great.
Yes, Sticks, you had mentioned that, yeah, it's probably going to be Roxanne and Julia main eventing the CW debut, but sadly, CM Punk's going to open that show. Cesar, what did you think of this NXT Women's Championship match? Everybody got the shine in this, including Julia post-match.
Dude, Roxanne is the boat that rises all tides, bro. I mean, think about it. She literally did this shit for Lola as well. Lola was already a hit. She got some big wins. She had been cooking. She fight with Roxanne. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. So, I'm the guy that notices a little shit. What did she do to Jada Parker? She hurt her ribs, especially her ribs. She likes to throw on that donk attack. Yeah, that trout. And what she do to Lola? She took out that hand that had the spinning back fist. So it shows the brains of Roxanne to take away the body part that her opponent has. Which is great. But Roxanne is raising everybody's stop. You lose to Roxanne, but it's in a match so fucking
Can
good.
we say this? This woman's like what, 22 years old?
Yeah.
And she is like carrying a very young and green NXT women's division.
Yeah.
And not
making
only
them look
carrying
better.
it, but she making these girls look like $1 million
$1 million.
in losses. I mean, you cannot, when she loses this championship, whoever, we need to spend a little bit of time to say, hey, this woman deserves her flowers. Like, she is doing it.
A 22-year-old Roxanne Perez made a veteran Jordan Grace look fantastic.
Even better.
Yeah.
Even better than what she is.
Mm-hmm.
Made her look better in the ring. We know Roxanne can carry, but when you have somebody like Jordan Grace who can hold her on her own, you're starting to think that a person like Lola can carry. You're starting to think Miss Jada Parker can put on main event class. And Jada Parker's a fine wrestler too. She's a fine wrestler. She's a great wrestler. We all know that cross-eyed fuck got an eye for talent with ass, but he's finding talent that can wrestle in that ring as well. And I, for one, ain't mad at it.
What'd you get?
But no, this was a great match. A great match. Yeah, Roxanne playing the game, taking out the ribs. They had good outside work. Yeah, through the barricade, the pop rocks. She went for the dunk stop, and Roxanne rolled out the ring when she got hit with it. So, playing that mind game, getting that shit working. Book is drooling over Jada, but his heart is with Roxanne. So he just beating his meat under the desk. He getting locked out from when he goes home in a couple of days. Dirty ass nigga. But no, man. Was it a great match? Yeah, it was a great match. This was 7 in the salty mustard for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You see these kind of matches, you're like, I'm sorry, Miss Jada, I wasn't familiar with your game. I knew you had game, but I didn't know you had all-star NXT champion game. My bad. We should have noticed it in that, whatever the match she won to earn this title. The gauntlet match, she had a showing. It was great. And then, she come up there in the lingerie looking good. Got that booty meat hanging out. You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, girl, you look good. And then she put on a show to smoke these bitches like she should. And then, of course, Miss Julia brings her ass out the smoke. Who wants to smoke? Julia does. And she gets in that ring. Yeah, like you said, not to outshadow Miss Parker, because she put on a clean effort. And you got to think she's been doing this, for a year as well? If a little bit less? You don't need to win your first, championship match. but you learn from it. But when you put on a crazy show like that on the PLE in front of like a stadium crowd, it wasn't the NXT crowd, a stadium crowd, and you cook like that where there's barely no fuck up misses, no botches really, and you cook like that, you're submitting yourself as a heavyweight title woman. So yeah, whether you want to go after the North American title or the heavyweight title when other people hold it, or you might get your shot. You never know. But then again, you cook like that, you might get called up to the top before you get another
Some
championship.
people got it, Jada Parker, and some
Yeah.
people don't.
Wendy Chu.
Wendy Chu.
But I mean, we can count more women in NXT who got it
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
Wendy Chu.
Yep.
Because let's be honest, like Kaylani's good. We already know Sol Ruka good. Because who she
Wendy
fucking?
Chu needs to start interviewing people backstage.
Yeah.
That's what she should be doing.
Who Wendy Chu fucking? Tyler Great. So not Wendy Chu. Who's Sol Ruka fucking? Sol Ruka fucking Tyler Great. You know if Tyler Great sticking his dick in it, you a Hall of Fame woman wrestler. Just look at his lineage. He got him.
If he fucks Wendy Chu, that'd be Mercy Dick.
Yeah, but now you know what? It might improve her wrestling game.
Hopefully.
300%. 300%. Yeah, I love this match too, man. It was great.
Yeah.
I'm never disappointed in a Roxanne match. She's good. I honestly think for the CW show, because it's in Chicago, and who has a tie to that fruit booty cracker I hate, that will be the return of big titty Cora Jade. I think she's gonna come.
Oh, I thought you were referencing AJ. I was like, AJ Lee's gonna.
Oh no, fuck no, fuck no. Big titty Cora Jade, because every time CM Punk comes to NXT, he films TikToks with Cora Jade and Roxanne. And Roxanne has been heavy on Cora Jade's TikTok lately, like they live together or something, or they probably live really close. I think Cora Jade will come back, and that's gonna have more top-notch talent to deal with.
Another story that ended too quick with fucking Cora and Roxanne.
They were tagged for 5 minutes. Now that Roxanne's a heel, they might be able to latch together again. Hopefully. Against somebody like Julia, against somebody like Stephanie McCoy. Cora might come back and be like, yeah, you see where I'm talking about, where these fucking fans don't want to give you your flowers, and fuck this new bitch because she coming in, she can't even speak in goddamn English and shit like that. And so maybe we get a little Sasha Bailey kind of treatment with Cora and Roxanne.
It's going to be interesting for sure. Yeah. I'm moving on, but let's get to the main event. It was for the NXT Championship. It's all ego. Shout out to Styx's shirt versus We Believe in Joe Hendry. Trick Willie, special ref. Ethan and Joe's character work has made this the most entertaining match of the night. Trick decked out in chains, a whistle, baby oil, and a ref vest.
And an open shirt.
Good shit as well. Vic and Book bicker over who Book believes in. All these factors put the E in WWE and NXT on a PLE. The put some clothes on chants are funny, directed at Ethan. I love how they each hit each other's finishers on each other. The end of the match shenanigans were great. Ethan Dick Kicker Jones retains Trick begrudgingly raising All Ego's arm. And then Cesar's caveat. I mean, it is his caveat, but it happened after the match. It still happened, but it happened after the match. Stallion Pete, he's got to make a showing, and he attacks Trick on the outside. Like I said, it was the most entertaining match of the night. For that, I gave it 7 pretzels with the salt. Cesar, what'd you think?
I'm with you, man. 7 in the salt. It was a good match. It was a good match. All Ego, Joe Hendry. Once again, guys who've been wrestling obviously longer than Trick, but still, can put on a great match. They were going back and forth. Trick was calling it down the center. He was doing what he had to do. He was being a ref. Yeah, he had that open shirt. He cut a ref shirt down the middle. Open shirt, baby oiled up, had his chains on. Didn't they have shades on the whole match? Or were they just glasses? Or no, did he take them off? Did he take the shades off?
He took them off before the match started.
He took them off before the match. Yeah, because I know he came out in shades, and Book was cooning. But Book was cooning for all three. Yeah. Book was cooning for Trick because he's like, who the ref? That's Trick. And then,
oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. And then man. Then Ego comes out with his shitty ass music. And then and Book was cooning. And then Joe Hendry comes out and Sig Vic said Book was cooning because Book believes. He said he believes. But yeah, good little three-way dance. Well, not really three-way dance, but good little dance between the fellas. I thought it was a real good match. But yeah, professionals doing professional shit, doing the main event.
And in a shocking turn of events, Cesar, like Styx had mentioned earlier, a peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Styx voted against All Ego.
All Ego. I thought Joe Hendry.
All right. You know what, Styx? I'm going to give you the floor. Explain yourself and tell me what you thought of this main event.
First off.
And how did you think Ego was going to lose?
Because look at his wins. They weren't like defining wins. They were like you talked about. The Trick knee, all that stuff. We had Trick in there. So Trick was guaranteed a title shot if Joe win. Plus, Joe had so much of a groundswell, not only in TNA, but even more in NXT. Like this man, if you would have saw the Joe Hendry from Friday, you wouldn't have thought this was the same guy that was in a main event of PLE on WWE on Sunday. You can't tell me that. So you can see the differences in the two shows. So I wouldn't have been surprised. Like I told you guys, I knew at least one guy from TNA was going to win on Sunday. We got that first off with Zachary Wentz. But I would not have been surprised because of the entertainment value that Joe Hendry brings. In-ring work, the guy is a solid in-ring worker. But entertainment value alone, we saw the concert on the following Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd was chanting, should put some clothes on Sunday. So if you're NXT, you're like, oh, shit. Maybe do we give Joe a little bit of a run going into the CW debut? Like, could you have not only a women's championship title defense maybe to open the show, or maybe a men's title defense to open the show, and then the women to follow up? You could have that as a bookmark in your CW debut. Plus, I mean, let's be honest. To open the show, we had a 2-week NXT Tag Team Championship run that got squashed right out the gates. So you could have had that. Maybe Ego be like, hey, shit, I got screwed. Not only did you not have me go against a walking meme and Joe Hendry, but you stacked the deck with Trick Williams as my referee. I don't think that's right, Ava. I think I should have my championship rematch. So you could have had that. Did I pick against it all Ego? Yes. Because like you guys had talked about, like we had talked about, his title wins were not anything dominant. Like you had a little pinch of luck here and there for him to retain, let alone become champion. So that was the thing I saw. Now, while the match was going on, super entertaining. Yes, Trick came out, shirt cut down, baby oiled, dancing. He danced with Alicia Taylor. I mean, he came in, talked to both guys throughout the night. I mean, we knew what we were going to. Trick was going to be that guy, was going to be right down the middle. And he, by God, was right down the middle. The count wasn't fast or slow for either guy. Like right out the gate, when both guys were in the corner, he gave them to about 3, and then he pulled them apart. So Trick was right down the middle. The eternal struggle you saw of Trick was that. Now, match-wise, both guys were solid match in the match. Like we talked about, the entertainment value was great. I gave it 7 in the salt. This was a great main event match. You saw why it was main event heavyweight championship, and it didn't disappoint for the spot that it was. for the championship, all that stuff. There wasn't a bobble, anything. Afterwards, you got what, like Cesar said about Pete. Pete Dunne was gonna interfere. He didn't interfere till after the match. That was a great thing to do. He allowed Trick to do his job, and then probably afterwards, Trick was like, "Oh shit, I made it through the night. Pete didn't do anything to me." Nah, man. You slid out that ring, you all get a little bit like your shoulders were getting a little easy. The pressure is off. Nah, Pete came out and hit you with that fucking bit of end and let your ass know, hey, we got reservations for 2 on Tuesday, motherfucker. So I'll see you Tuesday. All in all, great way to have No Mercy end. All ego, the NX Me era continues.
Yep.
Incredible NXT PLE Emergence did not disappoint. All that talk and just a tiny sprinkle of All Elite because everything else is better than AEW. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, APPW has returned. Go ahead and check out the first 3 episodes of season 4 of Sunday Night Ski, plus the first pay-per-view dropped as well. That's 4 solid hours of entertainment. It was like a block drop, like Netflix does. I dropped it on your asses. It took me 100 days to put all that shit together. And I hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe, all that nonsense. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week. And we do what we do best for a very busy, busy man. We give that big ups to Stallion Pete.